The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game has over 10,000 unique cards for players to collect, trade, and construct their own personal decks. But what would happen if players only had access to the bare minimum? In this series, both TheRJB0 and myself will each open a very select amount of sealed product. Once we open that product, we must build a deck using only those specific cards pulled, that's it. And at the end of each episode, we discard the entirety of our pulls to the graveyard and start from scratch with a new product. Every card counts. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Showdown. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code Cimoooooooo5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sealed Showdown. As we continue to descend into the further bowels of GX Hell, the next set is Enemy of Justice. And if you know anything about this set, it's right up there with the rest of them, borderline unplayable. So let's see what awaits us today in this set. Let's flip up pack number 1. Our first pack actually does have a few playable cards. Cyber Gymnast is actually pretty sweet. Just once per turn, you can discard a card, target a face-up attack position monster your opponent controls, destroy that target. This is a common, so this is probably going to be an auto 3 of in our deck. We also pulled a copy of Necroid Shaman, which is a common, and it requires Wild Heart and Necroshade. And what's neat about this is that this does allow us to actually play those other fusions, and this guy's not bad. When it's special summon, target a monster your opponent controls, destroy it. You special summon a monster from their graveyard as well. But thankfully, we're playing Sealed Showdown, and most of the other monsters we're going to have access to suck, so that effect might actually be pretty decent and maybe worth playing these other elemental heroes for. And we have the emergency call, so we can actually search them, which isn't too bad. Bountiful Artemis, a lot of people may know from Counter Fairy, but there aren't a lot of good counter traps to play, but 1600 bodies not bad. H Heated Heart's actually a good way to get over some larger monsters, so it's sort of removal, also gives stuff piercing, which is nice. Grand Convergence is pretty cool as well, because if we get Macrocosmos, this is actually a board wipe, and we don't see that very often in Sealed Showdown. If you control Macrocosmos, if like 300 damage to your opponent and destroy all monsters on the field. So we may be able to like Dark Hole at quick effect speed this episode. It's pretty good. And I also don't want to overlook our rare, which is probably one of the best ones, if not the best one in the set, Majestic Mech Oka. You can normal summon this card without tributing. If you do, just during the end phase, send it to the graveyard. So what's nice is that if we have the ability to tribute this out, we just get to stick a 2400. But if not, we can actually just have a one-turn 2400 and almost turn Oka into a bit of a removable spell. This was actually a competitively viable card back in the day, so we're probably going to play it in our deck as well. There's the aforementioned Macrocosmos, so that way we can make our Grand Convergence live. Dimensional Fissure is probably not as good because like it doesn't have the synergy there. Elemental Hero Mariner is another elemental hero we could possibly play Avion and Bubbleman to support. This thing can just attack directly though, so it's probably not worth it. Miraculous Descent is a pretty good rare because it's actually called the Haunted, but for banished fairy monsters. Now, if we're playing Macrocosmos, we're actually able to banish our fairies, and there could be some decent targets. I think we'll try to play this. There's one of the better tribute monsters of the set, Swift Birdman Joe. This is important too because I believe Icarus attack debuts in this set. It's 2300, which isn't as good as some of the other one tributes, but if you tribute it using a wind monster, you actually giant Trunade the field, which is pretty cool. Now, is that going to come up? We'll see. There aren't many other wind monsters that are good enough to play, but it's a tribute monster nonetheless. Also, Destiny Signal's pretty good. This is Hero Signal, but for Destiny heroes, and that's good because it just allows us to maintain board presence, especially if we're trying to tribute for a monster.
Well, folks, we are back. Finally, again, with another sketch. We had so many people ask us for the mythical fusions of Elemental Hero Avian and Elemental Hero Sparkman that I had to bring them to you. Here we have ourselves the great, the legendary, the mythical Elemental Hero Sparky Wingman and Elemental Hero Icarus Idiot. I told Alex when I was originally drawing these that these guys look like what would have happened if we were in an alternate universe where Chaz's dual spirits were the Elemental Heroes and they were the ones who were sent to torment him instead of the Ojamas. That's what these guys feel like to me. Today, we're getting into a really interesting set to play Sealed. I've done this on stream a couple of times, and it is fascinating. There's actual some real gameplay available to us in Enemy of Justice. Let's get into this one. Pack number 1. What can we get? Majestic Mech Oka is our first rare, is a really good one. Macrocosmos is also a crucial card in this set. Herald of Purple Light is actually kind of funny. I will consider running it. Grand Convergence is a really, really important combo. It, in combination with Macrocosmos, allows you to wipe the board. Bountiful Artemis is our biggest normal summonable beat stick. 1600 attack points, gotta love it. Battery Man Diaz, 1900 defense points, and Battery Man Booty. And Icarus Attack is very, very crucial for outing one strategy exactly that we'll get to in a second. A Herald of Green Light, okay, also a fairly useful card in this set. We also have another Ick Attack, glad to see the second one. Cyber Gymnast, also very important, is kind of like a Offerings to the Doomed on legs, also has 1800 defense if I remember correctly. A Harpy's Pet Baby Dragon, unfortunately not going to do a huge amount for us this time around. Destiny Hero Doomlord is an interesting one. It's potentially an okay card, but I don't think we have really a way to capitalize off of its effect. Next pack, oh, Elemental Hero Shining Phoenix Enforcer, unfortunately is not the ultra rare fusion we're looking for. It's incredible if we can get a regular Phoenix Enforcer. If we can get a regular Phoenix Enforcer, this will be amazing. Possibly the best pull we could have gotten. Another Cyber Gymnast though is great. Another Harpy's Pet Baby Dragon, not ideal. We do have a Battery Man D, however, which is pretty good, as is Destiny Signal, potentially. Shattered Axe is possibly the worst removal spell ever made. Again, we aren't allowed to use Mariner because we are not allowed to use Bubble Man, because Bubble Man is not a vanilla. All right, we are coming up on a third of the way through. So far, so good. We've got some interesting ones. There's still some staples that we're going to be looking for, but we started off pretty solid in that department. Herald of Green Light is, again, okay. I definitely have my playset of Bountiful Artemis.
Another copy of Cyber Gymnast, another Bountiful Artemis. Again, I kind of just like this for the stats. I mean, we need to get these important commons as well. So that completes the Gymnast playset, the Artemis playset, maybe the Macro playset as well. And here's a Destiny Hero Doomlord. This is an interesting piece of removal. You can actually target a monster your opponent controls, banish it until like the second standby phase after activation. So it doesn't permanently kill the card, but it does actually remove it from the field. So there's some cool stuff we could do with this card. Maybe we'll play this. Oh wow, there's an ultimate rare Herald of Green Light. This is Herald of Orange Light, but it negates spells, hence why it's green. Neat card, but I don't think there's any spells that are really worth negating in this set. Whoa, there's a potential bomb we could play. Voltanus the Adjudicator. After one of your counter trap cards has been activated and has resolved, you contribute all monsters you control to special summon this card. If special summoned in this way, you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of fairy type monsters you tributed. Now, that's pretty neat. We do need to resolve a counter trap though, so we need to keep an eye out for those because this is a 2800 body. That's pretty big.
All right. Pack number 9, another Bountiful Artemis. There's a very important card. Swift Birdman Joe. Swift Birdman Joe is not a very strong monster. He's got 2300, which doesn't deal with a majestic mech. However, he is the only winged beast in the set, which is crucial because the only winged beast in the set is also the only target for Icarus Attack, which is the only out to Clock Tower Prison, a card that functionally shuts me out of the game otherwise. Pack number 10, another Majestic Mech Oka is awesome to see, as is a second Swift Birdman Joe, as is a Bountiful Artemis. I mean, we've already got those in full. But I think we have the full playset of Macrocosmos now. We have 2 Okas. If I can get one more, that would be great. But of course, I just said the cursed phrase, so I am not going to get the last one. But so far, so good. I think we've gotten the most important cards in this set already. Destiny Hero Dreadmaster. Oh, another payoff for a holo that I need to get. So if my other holos include either a Clock Tower Prison or a Phoenix Enforcer, I will have great payoffs for them. Grand Convergence is also good to see, as is my playset of Cyber Gymnast. We're about halfway through. Life Equalizer is kind of funny if I'm really far behind, but ultimately I hope I don't get far enough behind for that to be relevant. I have my playset of Icarus Attacks now, which is crucial. Destruction of Destiny I also don't think is a very good card this time around. D-Shield could be though. Elemental Absorber, that's a rare I don't know that much about. That's actually pretty good. So if I call light with this, Alex basically has to get rid of this with an Icarus attack. Otherwise, he can't attack. I'm pretty happy with this one. Forced Back is an interesting card in a game that is as tempo heavy as ours is. I think that card is definitely worthwhile, especially if I've got an Artemis on the field.
There's another one of the majestic mechs. This is Goryu. Now, the problem with this one is that you have to at least tribute it with one monster, and it still dies in the end phase if you do that. So it's a 2 tribute 2900, but with Cyber Gymnast in the format, I don't think that's really worth it. Okay, there's a copy of Forced Back. If there is a counter trap to play in this set, this is it. Negate the normal or flip summon of a monster and return it to the owner's hand. So if we can Forced Back, then if we have Voltanis in our hand, we can actually activate and resolve its effect and get a 2800 monster on the board. This card can also just maybe win if we have a position where it comes up. We'll probably play that as well. Also, our first Icarus attack. I mean, the only real target for it, I think, is Swift Birdman Joe, but it's a prime piece of removal, so we'll try to incorporate it. Banisher of the Radiance is nice, but there isn't really a huge payoff for banishing stuff aside from the Miraculous Descent, and we do need to have specifically fairies getting banished off. That ultimate rare hero flash, too. That's kind of cool. Whoa, and that's like our third or fourth ultimate rare Destiny Hero Diamond Dude. Now, Diamond Dude under normal constructed circumstances is crazy because you can mill the top card of your deck, and if it's a spell, you just get to activate it, but I don't think there's a card in here we really want to mill with Diamond Dude, if I'm being honest. Another Diamond Dude, and this is like our fourth or fifth ultimate rare, back-to-back Elemental Hero Wild Wingman. I actually think this one's okay as well. Must be fusion summon. You can discard a card to target a spell trap on the field, destroy it. That's not bad. 1923-2, decent stats. What's interesting is that this card and Necroid Shaman actually share Wild Heart as a material, so we could play both of these in our fusion deck, and that actually means that Avian might be able to synergize with our copy of... Wait, is Avian a winged beast or is it a warrior? Oh my god, if that's a warrior... Oh, it's probably a warrior. You can't even do that. Oh, that's so lame. Okay, a second copy of Wild Wingman? Like, we have to go down this line. This is so good.
All right, we are coming up on 2/3 of the way through. My first half was pretty good. My second half is not looking as good. Let's hope we can close this out with some pretty decent rares, because those are the most important cards in this set. Banisher of the Radiance is a good rare. That is a solid card, and my third Swift Birdman Joe is not terrible either. Herald of the Green Light is not the rare I'm looking for. There is actually one very important rare that I have yet to pick up any copies of, which is a little concerning to me. There's a D-Time, which is all right, but again, not what I'm looking for. We are in the last 4 packs that we have available to us. I am really hoping there's one rare that I really hope we get. Otherwise, my life is going to be a struggle this time round. Let's see if we can get it. And there it is. At least one copy of Miraculous Descent available to us. This card is crucial because it allows us to get back our banished fairies, which we can sacrifice for Swift Birdman Joe. Our banished fairies should include our majestic mech Okas, as well as some other cards that I can just use as tribute fodder. If I can get another one of these, that would be great, but I'm glad to at least have one. Another guard penalty is not ideal. Another life equalizer. Ooh. Not the trap we want to see here. Fortunately, I think we are full up on all of our commons. I don't think I missed out on any commons, which is very important. Another majestic mech Oka is pretty good. Cyber Prima, I want to say, also is interesting. Let's see what we've got here. Cyber Prima, if this card is tribute summon, destroy all face-up spell cards on the field. Okay, this is another out to Clock Tower Prison, and it's a last pack better out to Clock Tower Prison, quite honestly. Can I get one good rare on the close? Another majestic mech Oka. Oh, that's a little bit rough. I was really hoping for a second Miraculous Descent, but we're gonna have to work with what we've got. I think Cyber Prima is a pretty good card. I've got all the commons I need to work with, and that's the most important thing.
Another copy of Forced Back. That's so great with our Voltanis the Adjudicator. Gives us another possible counter trap to be able to trigger that. Otherwise, we're just playing like a 2 tribute dude that's probably never going to hit the field otherwise, but Forced Back's strong.
Let's get into deck building.
All right, so only a few packs left of Enemy of Justice. Honestly, this isn't looking too bad compared to some of the other GX sets, although we'll see once we actually build the deck. So let's flip them up. That's like our 6th ultimate rare. I don't even understand. And it's another wild wingman. That's just absurd. But okay, sure, I'll take it. Next up, let's see what we get. Another Oka. I will actually definitely take one of those. Again, that's just removal at the very least, but it's a pretty good card all around. Last pack, 3 Okas. Unreal. Oh my god, Robert's gonna be fuming when he sees this. But we have some cool stuff we can do, and I can't wait to get into deck building to see what weird strategy we can come up with. Let's get to it.
All right, folks. Let's get right into the deck profile. It looks like we had some interesting pulls here, and I'm looking forward to talking to you about my choices. We'll start off with our 1 copy of Banisher of the Radiance. This is the 2nd best beat stick I think we have in the normal summonable category. Next, we have 3 Battery Man D. It is a 19 defense booty. We've got 3 of the Bountiful Artemis. This is absolutely the best beat stick that we have. Not only is it 1600, 1700, but it is also summonable back off of Miraculous Descent and gives me a draw if I happen to have Force back. Next, we have 3 Cyber Gymnast, 1 Cyber Prima. This is really interesting, and it is mostly useful against Clock Tower Prison exactly. If we don't see that strategy come out, there's a good chance we're going to want to side out of it at some point. But it is a 2300 attack point monster, which cannot be bad. Next, we have 1 Layard the Liberator. We are down bad for monsters in this deck. What can I say? We've got 3 Majestic Mech Oka. Can normal summon this guy, attack over things, mostly basically an exiled force for this deck. But if I have a banishment card on the field, it can be summoned back off of my 1 copy of Miraculous Descent. Oh well. I don't know if I actually talked about Cyber Gymnast. This card is awesome. That's all I have to say about it. Next, we have 3 Swift Birdman Joe. Got a lot of ways to summon this monster. I made sure that I was full up on ways to make sure I had tribute fodder. It's very important, not only because it turns on Icarus attack to take out some of Alex's back row, which we have not very much back row removal, but also it has a giant True Nate effect if you sack a Birdman Joe for a Birdman Joe, which is pretty decent. If we see this really and truly bricking, I can side out another one, but this card is pretty integral to our strategy. We've got 2 Destiny Heroes, our 1 Diamond Dude and 1 of our Doom Lords. This is because I'm running 3 D Signal or Destiny Signal in order to make sure that I have tribute fodder on the field. Diamond Dude in an extreme pinch can prime H Heated Heart. Not gonna lie to you, that sounds like a terrible strategy, but he is a Destiny hero, which means I can summon him off of Destiny Signal. Next, we have 3 of the Grand Convergence. This card combos with Macrocosmos to turn into Dark Hole plus 300 damage for reasons. Next, we have 3 H Heated Heart because it is a battle trick. We've got 1 Elemental Absorber. I kind of wish I actually got a few of this card because it's nuts. It is basically Swords of Revealing Light for light fairies or light monsters in general. You can see that most of our decks are going to be comprised of light monsters, especially our attackers. So being able to banish a light monster means that we are going to have access to a lot of things. And, you know, because it's a trap card, I can hold it until I see what Alex is going to be attacking with. If I have to banish a Swift Birdman Joe, then I have to banish a Swift Birdman Joe. Next, we have 1 Force back. Then we have 3 Icarus attack, 3 Macrocosmos, 1 Miraculous Descent, 3 Shattered Axe. I considered running fewer of this card, but, you know, we need the tricks that we can get to work with in this set. And you know, this reduces attack points and I'll take it. Next, we have 3 Destiny Signal to round out the trap card list. Once again, this is to make sure that I have tribute fodder available for things like Joe. Next, we go into the side deck. I have in the side 3 Herald of Green Light, 1 Herald of Purple Light. I expect the uptime on things like Macrocosmos and Banisher of the Radiance to be such that I am not going to be able to play these cards, but if it's looking like Alex only got like 1 Banisher of the Radiance for some reason, it may be worth bringing these in to block out things like Clock Tower Prison or a Grand Convergence or even an Icarus attack. We have 2 Guard Penalty. I have a lot of opportunities to special summon monsters, which means I have a lot of opportunities to switch them to defense, especially in combination with my next set of cards. This card can basically just be Upstart Goblin if I want it to be. Next, we have 3 D Shield. This is in combination with my 1 extra Doom Lord. If I'm thinking that the best strat is for me to really play into those Destiny heroes and set up an unbreakable Destiny hero, I can bring this in off of the side deck, and honestly there is very little that can be done about it other than sacking a Birdman Joe in order to use Icarus attack. So I actually think this strategy could be really good. I might have wanted to run this in the main deck, but I just couldn't find the space in the spell and trap card lineup to make this make sense with what I have. Next we have 2 Layard the Liberator that also combos with 3 Celestial Transformation. This is a slightly less bricky feeling version of the Destiny Signal lineup. Again, this is basically just to make sure that I can have tribute summonable monsters available to me. This is the deck. It is goddamn terrible, as everything in GX is, but there is actual gameplay potential in this set, which I'm very much excited for, so I'm excited to get into those duels. I hear Alex has something spicy cooked up for us. Let's see what it is.
I am incredibly hyped for this episode. Now, I did have to talk with RJ about this because we were in a bit of a gray area here because I really wanted to play the Wild Wingman strat. However, it sort of goes against what we initially sought out to do with the elemental heroes, which we were only allowing ourselves to play the fusions that required vanillas, because some of the ones with effect monsters are a little bit good. However, the thing is, we also just want to fusion summon, right? We want to change up the strat a little bit, and so we actually discussed that we are going to be moving forward now only for the elemental heroes, because when we have stuff like Chimera Tech Overdragon in like the next episode, it might get a little bit gross if someone's allowed to play Cyber Dragon in the main deck. We're going to allow ourselves to play the non-vanilla monsters that are the materials for the fusion monster if you pull them, but only if your sole intention is to actually play the fusion monster itself, not just so you get the ability to play the monster for absolutely free. And as you can see, I have them in the side deck here anyway, and I'll talk about why that is. I just wanted to have the ability to even do this, so let's go ahead and do the card by card. So first up, we have a Banisher of the Radiance. Honestly, it's just a 1600. The fact that this card banishes isn't really all that useful. I guess it could matter in the context of like Miraculous Descent if we can banish one of our own fairies to get something back later, but other than that, not really too important. It's just a monster like Bountiful Artemis with 1600 attack, although this has 1700 defense and could maybe draw us a card in tandem with Force back. Cyber Gymnast is removal, so we're going to play it. Also 1800 defense, that's pretty nice. We're playing 2 copies of Diamond Dude and 3 Doomlord. I just want to have targets for Destiny Signal more than anything, so we can actually summon some of our tribute monsters rather easily. Diamond Dude, I mean, if we hit a Heated Heart, that's nice, but honestly, I'm not expecting it. And Doomlord is removal, so that's not terrible either. I have 1 Layard the Liberator in here. This card could come up if we have some stuff banished because we are playing Macrocosmos to be able to get back like Okas and other fairies back to our hand, but again, we need to trigger a counter trap in order for that to happen. 3 Oka, it's removal and it's a 2400 tribute summon, like what more could you ask for? And 3 Swift Birdman Joe. Now, I need this in here because there's actually a card I discovered that's a problem in this set, so we'll talk about that a little bit later, but the giant Trunade effect will be very relevant for this episode. Then last for the monsters, we have 1 Voltanis the Adjudicator. This is pretty high rolly if we can actually pull this off, but I just want to give it a shot. This card just seems like a beast to summon. Then for the spells, 3 Grand Convergence, aka Dark Hole if we have Macrocosmos up, 3 Heated Heart as a way to just actually get stuff off the board because we're probably going to be playing similar monsters to Robert, and 500 attack can actually make a difference. And then the traps, actually a lot of them. 3 Destiny Signal just to summon our D heroes when any of our monsters die. 3 Elemental Absorber. This card actually seems kind of crazy. Remove from play a monster from your hand to activate this card. Your opponent's monsters that have the same attribute as the monster removed by this effect cannot declare an attack. Now there's 2 things to note here. First of all, most of the cards we're playing are the same type. A lot of the fairies are light, and a lot of the other cards are like earth. There are some dark for the Destiny heroes. Swift Birdman Joe's a win, so he kind of like breaks that meta, which is why I want to play this. This is also why I want to have Birdman Joe in here, because we can summon this and then most likely bounce this back to Robert hands if he's playing it, and that way we can actually start getting in and attacking. But think if you have multiple of this up, you can lock down earth, you can lock down light. Like this card actually gets ridiculous, and it's only your opponent's monsters, not yours. The other reason I like this card is that we could just straight up banish a fairy like Oka or Adjudicator and bring it back with Miraculous Descent. So there's actually a bit of a combo there, which is kind of cool. 2 copies of Force back to set Robert back on tempo, and also we do have some counter trap synergy. 3 Macro just to support the Grand Convergence, no other reason. 1 Miraculous Descent, which we got more of this, but unfortunately we have the 1, and 2 copies of Shattered Axe. This card is probably the worst removal card I've ever seen in my life. Activate this card by targeting a face-up monster on the field. During each of your standby phases, it loses 500 attack, and when that target's destroyed, destroy this card. So it's very, very slow, but it may be good enough for this episode. And then for the side deck, we have an entire package of Wild Heart, Avion, E-Emergency Call, and Polymerization to support Elemental Hero Wild Wingman. Now, this card's pretty nice because once per turn, you can discard a card, target a spell and trap on the field destroy that target. Actually, that's not even a once per turn. You can do that multiple times. I want to have this in here just because it's more ways to stop stuff like Elemental Absorber if we absolutely have to. But the biggest issue with this was finding space for all of these different cards, because I initially jammed all of these in here, but then a lot of the cards we have, especially if we're looking how they play up against Robert, are actually pretty good. So the plan is game 1, I'm going to see which of these cards don't perform the way I think they do. Then game 2, I'm probably going to side this in, especially if Elemental Absorber proves to be a bigger problem than I think, and then we'll go from there. And then we have 3 Icarus attack. The only wing beast is Swift Birdman Joe, so I'm not really going to be firing this off all that often, but it's better than any other card we had access to. So guys, I can't wait to see what Robert came up with. This is going to be a very exciting episode, especially if we can summon Wild Wingman. So let's not make you guys wait any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to duel. Robert, how do the GX sets just keep like getting worse and worse?
Exactly.
Like honestly, like at first I will say, admittedly, Enemy of Justice, like when I was going into it, I thought it was gonna be pretty bad. I actually think this is maybe like one of the better like / middle tier sets of GX. It's not great, but there is some, you know, there's some dynamic here. I don't know how you're feeling.
There is some interaction available to be had, which is something we can't say for elemental energy.
No.
So at least it is above that. But as you alluded to before we started filming, deck building for this was the Enemy of Justice.
Absolutely. And, you know, especially compared to the next episode, holy shit. We are going to be wishing we were doing Enemy of Justice 2. But we'll see. Yeah. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and just get into it. Let's shout out the patron. It is Jan Cueva. Thank you for the support. Apologies if I butchered your name. Oh, we got it. Okay. All right. Well, that's half the battle one. Let's go ahead and go first then.
All right.
Oh, no extra deck. Okay, buddy. I mean, well, to be fair, this isn't a surprise. Like, I messaged you about this. I talked about this in the deck profile. And if it comes to fruition, it's a completely different story. But
yes,
we'll go ahead and see. I will draw my card for turn. And in main 1, wow, this hand sucks, actually. Well, I don't even know. Is this a good hand by this set standards? Because like every card we have is awful. Honestly. Okay, you know what? I have the move. I'm gonna just do a T set and pass. Riveting. I know.
Ooh, incredible. So there are a couple of cards in this set that do actually make a difference in face down defense position. I'm gonna have to think. So I know what one of them is off the top of my head, and were I to guess, Cyber Gymnast is the one that you have face down right now.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm doing this. All right. Are you ready for it? Are you prepared? Right. Okay.
I don't think so. It's Enemy of Justice. I'm not prepared.
I think this is the move.
Are you literally going to like run out Majestic Mech Oka and just run over my set monster?
I don't think so. I think my move is drastically less exciting than that. I am going to set 5 and pass. 5?
Yes.
What
the fuck do I do against that? All right, well, we're drawing. Anything in standby? I don't think so.
Nothing in standby.
Okay, we'll go to main 1 in that case. Okay. All right. There's a lot of back row in this set, so I shouldn't be that shocked to see this. 4 back row. Good Lord. Yeah. Now do I have to contend with your Cyber Gymnast is the question. What else is there?
Gameplay, Alex.
Right? There's like Destiny Signal. You could have the God combo of Macrocosmos Grand Convergence, like, which is fine. Okay, I think I've got a move here, but I don't know how good it is. Okay, I'm going to run out Destiny Hero Doomlord.
Bizarre. Okay, I have decisions to make with that face up on the field. Would you like to do anything with priority?
I think I would, actually. I'll go ahead and attempt to banish your monster.
Okay, I will let that through.
Okay, so make sure to banish that face down because it returns back in whatever position that it was banished in.
Gotta love that Dueling Book has those two things within like a sliver of space from each other.
Right, and I can't declare an attack, so I'm actually just going to set and pass.
That sounds great, buddy. Okay. Oh, man, you think your Destiny hero is powerful? Try out my Destiny hero.
The Diamond Dude. Nice. Okay. Would you like to fire off that effect with Prio?
You know what?
Do you even have a spell that you can hit with
There
this
is
card?
a spell that can be resolved. There is a spell that can be resolved here. Okay, the question is, do I want to just like... I don't think there's any reason for me to not try to declare it here.
Sure.
I
That's
expect
fine.
there's a good chance that I'm going to have... That goes to the bottom of the deck? Okay, yeah, that's
It does
fine.
go to the bottom, so we're not seeing
Okay.
him for a while.
That's what you think. Let's go into battle
Fair.
phase and let's swing into Doomlord.
Okay, so I'm going to take 8 here, and then I'm going to Destiny Signal.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so we're going to grab ourselves... I could get another Doom Lord. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Could just banish again.
Just keep banishing my
I could. I can't attack you if I do that, though, so it's not that fantastic. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. I can special in any position. I'm going to go for a Diamond Dude of my own, actually.
Okay, that seems sensible. And I will let you take your turn on that.
Okay, so then we'll draw.
Okay.
Go to main 1. How do we want to deal with this? You still haven't used a single back row. Obviously, it could be Destiny Signal. I haven't killed any of your things by battle. Also, turn 1 on Doom Lord for your set monster.
Very important.
It is, actually, because you will get that back eventually, which is annoying. Okay. I think we're always firing this Diamond Dude.
Just, you gotta try for it, I guess.
Oh, well, same
man.
results, evidently. Well, there goes my Swift Birdman, Joe.
Excellent.
This is the, embodiment of a mirror match. I'll flip my other Diamond Dude.
Two Diamond Dude.
Yeah, we've got all the diamonds here. Let's go ahead and activate this effect. Is that fine?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. Oh, no,
Doom
another
Lord.
Doom
Excellent.
Lord. Whatever will I do? How unfortunate. Okay, so that goes to the bottom. How do we want to do this?
It's a thinker. You gotta really bring out the big brain for Enemy of Justice.
I didn't think this was going to be that thought-provoking, but actually, the brain muscles are working. Okay, I'm actually going to run out Banisher of the Radiance.
Okay.
And then I'm going to switch my Diamond Dude to attack here.
Okay.
And then I think I'm going to go to battle phase.
Okay.
We're going to go Banisher into Diamond Dude.
This probably seems like the best time to go for this. In response to your attack, I will activate Macro Cosmos.
Got the Grand Convergence for me?
I absolutely have the Grand Convergence for you. Enjoy
All right,
300 damage.
You had to have it, so I will. Yes, that's the most important part, is that 300 damage goes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And everything dies here. All right. It did play around your Destiny Signal, potentially. So we'll go to second main, and buddy, you keep your Macrocosmos. It doesn't tribute the Macrocosmos.
It doesn't destroy...
No, that's what's so stupid about it, right?
Okay, there it goes.
I'll just throw one down. Go ahead. Yeah, so if you have another Grand Convergence, like, you can just wipe the board again.
All right. Doesn't sound absolutely... Oh, my God. All right. What am I doing here? What are any of us doing here? I think I'm
getting
ending my
existential
turn.
now, are we?
Yeah, that is exactly how I'm feeling. I think that for now, I do want to just end my turn so that I can have my monster back.
Fair. Okay, so I'll draw. Stand by, you get your monster back.
Okay.
I'm going to look away because I'm not sure if there's any way you can...
does it
I think
really
you can
just...
put it to the top of your deck and then draw it, and I won't see it.
That's hilarious. Okay, we're gonna try that.
Good old dueling book, right?
Gotta love it.
Okay, so... you've still got 2 back there. I'm just gonna set and pass. Go ahead.
A coward's move. All right, let's draw.
Yeah, true coward's move.
That's interesting. Okay, so if that's Cyber Gymnast, we've got some trouble here because summoning a monster in general feels bad under those circumstances.
Gymnast for being a common is, like, insane.
Gymnast is unironically the best card in this set.
I think so. I think so.
I actually have to think about this. There are no normal summonable monsters aside from Oka that get over Gymnast. You have used a D signal, which means that if I do get over whatever monster you have face down, then you may still be able to have a monster to summon something like an Oka of your own, or something like a Swift Birdman Joe, which could be trouble. I think I do need to try and make you burn it, though. I am going to tribute my bountiful Artemis to summon Cyber Prima in attack position.
Okay. Does trigger the effect, but we don't have any face-up
Which
spells.
does jack all. All right, let's go into battle phase and let's attack into your face down monster.
Okay, that's probably fine. Yeah, so it's my Artemis. I do have another D signal, though.
Banished. Ah, you do have the extra D
Oh,
signal.
no, I can't because macro's up. No!
Oh, it doesn't go to the grave.
Anti-synergy. Oh, man. All right. Outplayed.
That was so exciting. Such a shutout that it shut off the lights here at home. let's
I love how I literally 3 seconds ago was just like, oh yeah, Banisher outplays D signal, and then you flipped macro, and I completely forgot. Yeah, people say I don't read cards. I'm reading cards. I probably already messed something else up, but whatever.
I will take it. I will stick with the plus here.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think, given the circumstances, I probably have to pass.
Ooh, that does not feel good. Let's draw for turn. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So there's one monster in particular that really, really threatens Cyber.
And it's Cyber Gymnast.
It is. That is true. Cyber Gymnast does threaten Cyber Prima. I will give it to Cyber Gymnast here. The other monster that does that is Majestic Mech Oka.
Correct.
Which could be a problem for me. I think I am just going to get to swinging. Let's attack.
Sure, I'll take 23.
Yeah. And then I'll end my turn with that.
We'll draw. Oh, perfect. I'm going to set and pass. Go ahead.
Okay, let's draw for turn. Okay, that is not nothing. Let's go into... Let's go into battle phase and swing into your face down.
It's a bountiful Artemis, which gets banished.
It does continue to get banished. Okay. Main phase 2, I have to decide if I'm going to do a thing here. Ooh, I have a play and it requires... I have 2 lines here. One provides potential safety, and the other provides a chance to put down a clock.
I mean, Prima's already a clock, in all fairness.
That's true, but I'm just destroying monsters right now. I'm not dealing a huge amount of damage. I think I am going to go for this one. I am going to set a monster, and I'm going to end my turn.
Go ahead.
Okay, I am going to draw for turn. That's a bizarre one. I am going to take this opportunity to attempt to win the game by tribute summoning an Oka.
Sure.
I'm going to go into battle phase. We are going to attack in first with Cyber Prima, and
yeah, you got it.
The game.
That wasn't even close. Yep. Oh, blown out by Grand Convergence. Good lord. Buddy, you're making an enemy out of me after that last one. Oh my god. Grand Convergence for my life. I don't even know if I was winning that anyway, to be honest, but because like after that, I just had no follow-up. So it was like you had to have that exactly. And I feel like I was playing around like almost everything else you could have had. So that's how it goes. We're not used to playing around board wipes in this series.
We don't usually get something as worth doing as a board wipe.
No, not at all. But good luck. Maybe this will be a different game. I will go ahead and set a pair and throw it to you.
Looking at this hand, I am not confident about it being a different game. That's really funny. That's... It's mostly funny how bad that is. I'm going to set a monster and end?
Ooh, okay. We'll draw.
Yeah.
Let's go to main one.
Okay.
What could you have set? There are, like, the things in this set don't have the largest defense, but there's nothing that has a tremendous amount of attack to really, like, compensate for that.
Yeah, your normal summons are dinky in this set.
Yeah. So, like, you could have just set something as simple as, like, a diamond dude, even. Because, like, 1600 defense actually staves off most things, I think.
Basically, everything that has a decent attack stat line has a much bigger butt.
Yeah. Okay, this is probably the move. I'm just going to go ahead and set and pass.
Incredible.
Thrilling
All right,
gameplay.
we're going to draw for turn. That's something. There's, like, one card that hella punishes me for this play, but I'm not going to worry about it. Ooh, this feels wild. I am going to tribute Battery Man D for Majestic Mech Oka.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah, I'm going to go into battle phase, and I am going to swing over...
Oh, hold on, sir. Hold on.
Oh, do you have a response to the summon? Oh, am I about to get forced back?
You are about to get forced back.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not the best. I was really hoping it was like Birdman Joe, because like you could just normal Oka again, right?
That's true. The Oka is right back into play with that. I am going to set a card and end my turn.
It does take you back a bit in tempo, but
it
does. It's fine. We'll go to main 1. And you've got a back row of your own.
I do.
Let's kick off the festivities with a Banisher of the Radiance.
Always fun.
Let's just go and hit for 16.
I will take 16 here.
And we'll just pass after that.
Okay, that seems pretty reasonable. I'll draw for turn. Okay, that's pretty reasonable. How much do I care is the question. A lot of booties to be played with here.
Put that one on MBT's stream.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that seems acceptable. I'm going to normal summon myself a Bountiful Artemis.
Okay.
And I think this set is really irritating because something like a Cyber Gymnast really changes the calculus and almost makes it more advantageous for me to just crash Artemis here.
Yeah. You could have just ended the sentence at the set's really irritating, and I think that would have been fine.
I would have been absolutely correct about that fact.
Yeah.
That seems all right. Okay, I'm actually going to H-Heated Heart my Bountiful Artemis here.
Oh, okay. Put it up to 21.
Yeah, and I am going to then go into battle phase, and I think I run into Banisher of the Radiance here.
Yeah, I'll take 5.
Okay. And I will end my turn on that note.
All right, let's go ahead and draw for turn.
Okay.
Main 1, that kind of sucks, but I think I don't mind the risk. I'm going to sack Doomlord for Oka, forced back me.
That summon is fine.
All right, we made it. Hit the Oka. Or hit the Bountiful.
I will take it. I will take that at 800 here.
800. Got a Destiny signal for me?
I do not.
Ooh, interesting. Second main then. I'm just going to throw it to you.
Okay. I'll draw for turn. That's awkward. Okay. I think I just make this whole interaction a break even overall by normal summoning Oka and swinging into yours.
Makes sense. Oka's such a good card for sealed. It's crazy.
It's very good. Okay, I'm gonna end my turn on that.
Okay, we'll go ahead and draw then. That's pretty good. We're gonna activate emergency call.
Oh boy. Yeah, I know what's coming.
Let's go ahead and grab Wild Heart.
Yeah.
I'm going to run out Wild Heart, and we're going to hit you for 15.
He's pretty beefy. I will take 1,500 here.
And we'll pass after that.
Okay. Well, that tells me something about your extra deck, Alex.
What do you mean, buddy? I mean, I already kind of alluded to this anyway, but...
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
At least now you know, like, that I'm actually playing it.
That's true. Draw for turn... Oh, that's so funny. Okay. God, I hate that this is actually the move here. I am going to normal summon Diamond Dude.
Sure.
If I even got a Heated Heart off of Diamond Dude here, would that be like better than me drawing into it and being able to use it in the future? It is free, which is not bad. Yeah, let's see what he gets us.
All right, sure.
Oh, that's rough. Okay.
Artemis to the bottom. Happy to see that.
Yeah, that's not my favorite thing to say. We are, in fact, going to Heated Heart off the top.
Figured you already had it, yeah.
We'll go into battle phase and I'll attack.
And I'll take the 4.
Yeah. This is not going well in terms of tempo for me, which I don't like.
You know, I wish I could say the same.
I don't think you do.
I think I'm just going to set a card and throw it to you.
Incredible. All right, I'll draw for turn.
This is such a slog.
Oh, even better. What a good draw. What are we doing, Alex?
I can just hear him spiraling into madness the further we descend into GX.
Sure, why not? Let's tribute Diamond Dude for Cyber Prima. This is probably the only chance I'm going to get for a while to pull this.
Sure.
Let's go into it. Let's attack your face.
It was the gymnast after all that time.
Woo! Woo! Finally got rid of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Main phase 2, we set a card here, and I'm going to end my turn on that.
Fun fact, when I was a lot younger, I used to babysit for a family, and the wife looked exactly like Cyber Gymnast because she was a bodybuilder.
Oh, nice.
She was ripped to hell. It was ridiculous.
It probably was like the thing we did as kids because of the anime where we're like, everybody plays Yu-Gi-Oh, right? So she probably plays Cyber Gymnast in her deck.
We'll go to main 1. Prima's a problem. Thankfully, I have another Cyber Gymnast.
Oh, okay. You know, sometimes these things happen.
Yeah, Prio, I'm just going to pitch pop the Prima.
Okay, there she goes.
We can hit for 800, which is cool.
I will take a whole 800. All right.
You know, it's something, right? Second main, I will set a card and throw it to you.
Okay, draw for turn. Of course. Okay, I will set a back row and I will end my turn.
Oh my god, my gymnast lives?
Your
what a
gymnast
world we live
lived
in.
a turn.
Holy
It's incredible.
shit. Now, am I going to get greedy? No, I have to put this to defense. It's way too good.
Yeah, that's absolutely the smart move here.
So I want to set a card. Actually, I think I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to draw for turn. That's hilarious. I am going to main phase 1 set a back row. Here we go.
Riveting.
My hand is
Oh
really
my
bad.
God.
I'm not
You
gonna lie.
fool.
Milling
You
Bountiful
absolute
Artemis
fool.
may have
It's
fucked me
time.
up.
It's time.
Oh,
my
man.
God. I think we get to do it. Do we go for it? What's the punish? Grand Convergence macro again? God. I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Grand Convergence Macro is that it plays around Wild Heart, too.
Yeah, if only Wildheart was immune to spells, that would be kind of sick. I have to pass.
Okay. I'm going to draw a
depressing.
turn. I am going to... I can't believe I'm about to do this. Am I about to do this? That's actually a real consideration. I actually have to ask myself this question right now. Yeah, I do think I do that. I don't remember. There's something I did with my side deck that could actually fuck up this play substantially.
Excellent. That's
I just
exactly what
don't
I like to
remember
hear.
if I did it. Okay, I am going to normal summon Layard the Liberator.
Oh my god.
The best monster in my deck, let me tell you, Alex. Do you have a
Sure.
response to the summon?
Okay,
I'm
so
going to...
what I'm assuming here is H-Heated Heart the Third is coming down to take out my Gymnast.
That's a possibility.
You're good. Proceed.
Okay, we are indeed going to H-Heated Heart.
Okay. Well,
All right.
that's bad.
Let's go into battle phase. Let's swing in.
Take 100.
Gotta force that polymerization at some point, don't we?
Yeah, eventually.
I am going to end my turn on that.
Layard the Liberator.
Layard the
Fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh
Liberator.
card. I will go to main 1.
It's the strongest monster in all of Duel Monsters. Layard the Liberator. My favorite thing about Layard the Liberator is how relevant its effect is.
You know, in all fairness, in the situation where macro's been up and like Okas have been banished, that's actually pretty good.
That's true. That is.
And
that
you
is
activate a
not wrong.
counter trap. Sorry, there's 3 hoops to jump through.
Exactly. That's really the crux of the issue there.
I'm just going to pass.
Excellent. Okay. Let's draw for turn. Oh, that's hilarious. You'd tell me if you had a forced back face down, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course, buddy.
Okay.
I don't pull good cards.
Oh, never. You've never
Never.
pulled a good... Especially your rare luck is never better than mine is.
Never. Just remember Night Assailant in that reprint set we did.
Oh, I will always remember Night Assailant. Oh, you know, if it's forced back, it's forced back. I'm going to attribute summon myself a Swiftbird Man Joe.
Yup. You're good.
Okay, we're going to go into battle phase, and we're going to attack with Joe.
23 to the dome.
All right. Okay. Phase 2, we're going to set a 5th back row.
He's literally all in. Unbelievable. All right, main 1.
Okay, show me, Alex.
I'm going to show you Emergency Call.
Boo. Okay.
So I can grab Elemental Hero Avion. And then
boy.
activate Polymerization.
Polymerization is here. All right.
We're
let's see
sending
it.
them. They don't get banished. They go to grave. We're sending them for Elemental Hero Wild Wingman.
He do be there. You're not wrong. He is
is
present on the field.
Is he fine?
Yeah. I think I've got to be okay with that.
Okay. So with his gigantic green thong, we're gonna go ahead and
I haven't seen that before. Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and fire off H-Heated Heart on the Wild Wingman.
That is a card you have there. All right. He do have 2,400 attack now.
He does. So I will go to battle, and we're going to attack with the Wild Wingman. Do you have a and then on attack declaration? Excuse me. I'm gonna Macrocosmos.
That's fine. Do you have anything before damage, Seb?
I do not.
Okay, then I'm just gonna Icarus attack.
Sure. What are you gonna pop?
I'll target Wingman and your face down back row.
You're just a hater. It was Elemental Absorber.
Yes! So glad I got rid of that card. That card is nutso, and everything does get banished here.
We haven't even had that come up yet, which is crazy. I'm surprised, because this card is like, this reads like one of the most broken cards in the set.
It's so busted.
I am going to set one and pass, I guess. Go ahead.
All right, let's draw for turn. Oh boy, incredible stuff we've got going on here. I'm going to set a monster and pass turn.
I mean, at least you got a monster, right?
No mech knights for you, sir. I do have a monster. You're not wrong about that fact.
Normal summon Wildheart.
Spectacular. Yeah, that's fine.
Heated Heart the Wildheart.
I am... Wow.
Not bad.
Oh, it's not bad. Yeah, you're fine. That's
hit the gymnast.
You did hit the gymnast.
Thank God. Take your 200.
Take the 200.
Go.
Oh my God. God. Oh, well, sometimes you draw Bountiful Artemis.
Yeah, I'm like, this card isn't hard to out if you literally draw any 1600 attack monster. God.
Okay, and with that being done, I will end my turn.
Oh, excellent. That was the best card in my deck.
All right, love to hear it. Okay. What are the chances you're just sitting on a Grand Convergence there? Just gonna swing in with the Artemis. What am I talking about? Grand Convergence. Okay, your go.
We'll draw.
Yeah.
We'll set. We'll pass.
Incredible. Let's draw for turn. Ooh. Okay, let's swing in.
Take it.
Okay. Main phase 2. Gonna set a back row. Your go.
Please. Oh, fantastic. Well, this is the perfect opportunity to give you a free card.
It's absolutely the perfect opportunity to give me a free card. Thank you very much, Alex.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right, get your draw. I'll pass.
Okay. Let's draw for turn. I mean, I just win the game if I attack, right? I just win the game if I attack. That, however, is very funny, which I like. Yeah. The punishes here are if you have, like, another copy of Elemental Absorber. That's not excellent for me. I think I have a line, but it requires you to not have exactly a particular pair of cards face down right now. So I am going to sack off the Bountiful Artemis for Swift Birdman Joe.
There he is.
Okay, we are going to swing in with Joe.
Grand Convergence.
Okay, I will banish Joe, and then I will activate Miraculous Descent, targeting Bountiful Artemis.
And you got it, buddy.
Hey, the lost streak is over!
Yep. Congratulations. I should have just set the Artemis. I don't know why I summoned it. I had my own Miraculous Descent, so I was hoping to just crash and then have the value off of that of myself. So
yeah, the other thing that I had in hand was Oka, and if that was Elemental Absorber plus like Grand Convergence, I was in a lot of trouble if I went for that. So I had to Tribute Summon for Joe to play around Elemental Absorber.
This was miserable. This was awful. I mean, there's more play in this set than we've had in others, but like not in a good way, you know?
Yes, I feel you there quite a bit.
I got to summon Wild Wingman though, which was cool. It was short-lived, sadly, but there was like no other way it was going to happen. It was tough because I actually wasn't main decking the strat. I was siding it. I pulled 3 copies of Wild Wingman, 2 of them ultimate rare, by the way. I don't know how.
Wild.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
But with this card, like when you have 5 back row, it's not as good as it could be. And so that's like what just sucked, because it's like it lost to Grand Convergence, it lost to just a myriad of different things. And you also had a Swift Birdman Joe already on the field. So It is what it is.
When you told me that you were going for fusions, what I thought you were going for was Necroid Shaman, because if you have Macrocosmos going, your opponent isn't going to have something to summon from the graveyard if you use Necroid Shaman's effect. So I thought that was the strat, and that's why you were willing to go into the extra deck. But Wild Wingman is crazy.
Yeah, no, the theory with Wild Wingman was, because I had so many of them, is that if Elemental Absorber proved to be the problem that I thought it was going to be, it's essentially more spell and trap removal. And so I thought that's worth the sacrifice of, you know, diluting my deck with like crappy Avian and, you know, Emergency Call, which Emergency Call, it's a Wild Heart, so I guess it's not that bad. And Polymerization, right? Like, this is a decent payoff in a set that doesn't have a lot of big payoffs. Like, if I establish Wingman and you don't have like any back row, like, you literally need Oka or like something like Destiny Signaled out to tribute for like another tribute, or like something like some like piece of removal, which removal is like a little bit hard to come by in this set. So it was something I wanted to try out. I mean, we did give ourselves the rule, and because I pulled 3 Wild Wingmen, I'm like, I gotta go for it.
You gotta go, exactly. If you get the fusion, you have to try for it.
Yeah, and so it didn't pan out, but it's fine. I got to summon him, so I won.
But you did summon Wild Heart.
I did. Wild Heart wasn't even like that. I thought Wild Heart was going to be like a meta breaker with Elemental Absorber and like Force Back and different things, but it just loses to like the 1600s, so it's not even that big of a deal.
What can I say, Alex? The green thong failed you.
Unfortunately, I get maybe we replace that with the Shirt of Shame in history, but
no. I think for the sake of all of your viewers, please do not.
I don't know. They might want to see Joseph in that, but
knowing MBT viewers,
for how horny they are. But I pulled 3 Oka, by the way, which is kind of cool. Speaking of my rare luck, I don't know if you did.
I got 4 Oka. I got 1 Miraculous Descent, which
me too. I only had 1 Miraculous Descent, which is terrible. I also pulled Voltanus the Adjudicator, and I was maining that game 1 because I'm like, if I pull this off, this is just a really sick card.
I got that during my practice games, and I was like, oh yeah, that card is so sick.
It's sick. It's very win more and high rolly though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I'm like, you know what? It's Sealed Showdown.
Sealed Showdown. Yeah, exactly.
This is the perfect series to play shit like that. But no, I definitely think that you played this one way better, and I mean, you deserve the win 100%. So good games, buddy. Next set though, Power of the Duelist. I don't know if I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
You thought this was bad, ladies and gentlemen. Ugh.
Oh boy.
So guys, that's gonna wrap it up for another episode of Sealed Showdown. Let's shout the patrons as always. So big shouts to Shout1317. Bro, I can't believe you painted a tunnel on the wall every fucking time, bro. Cameron Smith, SJ Winchester, Canopy Paul, Ian Musa, Tim Zurich, Siaka, Iron Frank, Part 2, Pony Stark, Dayman Hoban, Sick Girl Guy, Ole, Yusuf SN05, MBT Play Medolce, Mystic Walk, I Ship MBT and Simo, Cole T. Draconic, Rockside, Dolly Up, Logan Thomas, Peter Gregory, Thomas Nelson, Jordan Coons, Calvin, Iron Blazing, Furious, Jesse, Truner Guys, and Brother Paul Chris, so David Liu, Skyrose, Dylan Hunter, John Two Basic, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Day Sir, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Ashlyn Jensen, Give Me Speedword or Give Me Death. I side MBT versus Depression. Seriously, guys, please read your cards. Thanks for the sleeves, Dad. Matthew Brady, I oversack Gage and Simo for MBT's toes. Max Tom Russell, why read your cards when you can just click buttons? That one's the most accurate. Ben Snatch Steel for Prague 2021. Omar, paint MBT like one of your French girls. Matt Black Acre, the entire state of Indiana. These cards, MBT fans scamming more than COVID. Simping for Simo, Abbott YGO, and horny bonking MBT fans. God, they're just everywhere. But thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.